I know for the cables, the iROSA cables, there is an adjustable on the scoop, and the adjustable on the cables can go to the adjustable on the scoop.
View from the helmet cam of NASA astronaut Jessica Meir as she continues to torque down that left mid-strut collar. But if you look just over her left-hand side, you can see the orbital sunrise starting to make its way around and up and over the horizon as the International Space Station soon to be coming out of its nighttime pass. And for the space station, currently flying over the island of Tonga across the Pacific Ocean, and will soon be making its way toward the western coast of California.
On the adjustable.
Copy. Nice work.
The space between each side looks fairly uniform, and I'm looking in. I've got a good view to see like the threads of the M29. So basically in that, I would say less than a centimeter space. And I can see some yellow substance. I believe that's just the locking glue, but I can see that on one side of the thread.
Jessica, thanks for the report. We think we're in a good config. We'd like photographs just so we can verify.
Jessica, I'm taking photos right now.
Okay, I can get some close-up ones. Not sure with this one how in focus they'll be, but I see a cable over my head as well.
Sorry.
We appreciate the photos from both EV1 and EV2.
I'm going to get my PGT stowed first. I'm pretty sure we think we're done with it.
Are we intending to drive this again?
Checking. Set PGT to manual ratchet and stow. Sorry, set to MTR and stow.
Let me get the motor.
Okay, I took a bunch of photos from this angle.
Okay, I'll get a few from over here. Not sure if I'll be able to get any of M30, but I'll do my best.
Appreciate the effort.
We're looking for photos from different angles.
A view from the helmet camera of NASA astronaut Anil Menon as we approach 4 hours and 10 minutes into today's U.S. Spacewalk, U.S. Spacewalk 96. As Anil, just moments ago, taking some photos of the construction of the strut package that is now a part and put together for today's 3B modification kit. And that is all in support of helping provide additional power to support critical station operations with the eventual rollout on this modification kit of a rollout solar array.
We see it. Checking.
So now, as Anil Menon looks at the mounting bracket, that's the view we see, the mounting bracket and upper triangle. You see the right upper strut and the left upper strut, aptly labeled as we see on our screen. Also mid struts for either side and lower struts from either side to help secure that mounting bracket safely to the side of that 3B mast canister.
Anil, good eyes. Yes, if you can adjust that side that you're pointing out, that would be great to match the other side.
And there you can see towards the left-hand side of your screen, NASA astronaut Jessica Meir with the red stripes on her spacesuit taking photos of her work. That was done for the left mid-strut collar, again helping secure all of these struts to the side of the 3B mast canister. And then she will eventually make her way around back to the right-hand side, where she will tighten down the right mid-strut collar. While Jessica was doing the left side, Anil Menon went off and grabbed the cabling that will be required to support the connections of the future rollout solar array to the International Space Station's power supply systems.
So Stephanie, another thing to check, I noticed that the pins for the IROSA, one of them's in the engage, two of them are like fully deployed. I can set them to engaged if needed.
Anil, thank you for the report. We will take that forward to the IROSA team. Jessica, thank you for the photos. We're ready for you to install the collar pin in the final location.
The collar pin in work. Collar pins installed.
Copy. Work now on the right mid-strut collar. Translate to the right mid-strut.
In work.
This is Mission Control Houston, and we are currently 4 hours and 12 minutes into today's spacewalk. As you just saw, Anil and Jessica took some photos of the assembly of today's 3B mod kit. Jessica just finished tightening the left mid-strut collar and now working to do the same on the right mid-strut. Anil is about to begin cleaning up the work site. Dual view here of the helmet cameras. On your left is camera on Jessica Meir's helmet, and to the right is Anil's camera. The work on today's spacewalk prepares the 3B power channel for the future installation of new rollout solar arrays, or IROSA.
Outboard of the last canister, and I just think we saw these last time. I think the suspicion was that they were the mounting glue. They're very small.
Jessica, thanks for the report. We copy.
The IROSA, or International Space Station Rollout Solar Array, that Jessica Meir and Anil Menon are preparing for will arrive to the International Space Station later this year aboard NASA's SpaceX 25th Commercial Resupply Services mission. The International Space Station is currently flying 257 statute miles over the Pacific Ocean, heading towards California.
Anil, where are you, just for my tether awareness?
I am over your left shoulder high. Your head's pointing at me. And if you happen to see my tether, you could tell me if I got it. I think it's going off to my right.
Hey, stand by.
Just when you get a chance.
It is between your legs again, going straight back.
I'm pretty good at that.
You are. For two.
The view you're seeing on your screen is from NASA astronaut Jessica Meir's HECA, or High Definition Extravehicular Mobility Unit camera assembly on her helmet. As mentioned, she just finished tightening the left mid-strut collar and now is making her way over to the other side, as you see her here traversing over that way to do the same on the right mid-strut.
And I see your tether. I'm crossing back over it.
Nice. Take a peek at the cable bag as you go by and see if it's fit together.
Your tether is air-led on a handrail over here on this side. I'm assuming that's not intentional?
Not intentional.
Okay, I will free that so that it'll go back to your side.
Question for Anil. We are evaluating how you might be able to get ahead. The IROSA mod kit is not yet ready for loads, and we'd like to evaluate how you feel you could reach the upper handrails on the lower strut.
You can absolutely reach the upper handrails on the lower strut.
And you feel you could do that without putting loads into it as you're doing some of the cable routing?
Absolutely.
Thanks for the info. Stand by.
And now your tether is still between your legs, of course, but it's running straight behind you to your green hook like it was previously.
That should be an easy save. I'll just do a little roll when I get out. Maybe Stephanie can remind me if she sees me getting out.
Anil, with your report, we are ready for you to start the left side cable routing. Friendly reminder, as you egress and as you've discussed, your safety tether is behind you.
Thank you.
And my mistake, we believe you can do this while you are in the APFR.
I'm just taking 1 foot out.
And that works fine.
And just to be super sure, the red stripes go to the right, so I'm grabbing the left one. I'm taking off the first wire tie, and that one is going to go to the upper handrail on the left lower strut.
Yes, that's a good summary. You'll release 1 twist on the long wire tie labeled left on the cables to release each coil, and then at the alignment mark on the cable, secure in the pre-positioned wire tie on the left strut handrail with 3 twists.
A view from the helmet cam of NASA astronaut Anil Menon, as we have now reached 4 hours and 20 minutes into today's US 96 spacewalk. And he is receiving instruction on the cabling that will be used to help connect the International Space Station to a futurely installed International Space Station rollout solar array. Meanwhile, you see Jessica Meir on the far right-hand side of your screen, marked by those red stripes around the pant collars, around the knee. She has moved from the left side of the 3B mass canister around to the right-hand side, and there she will further secure the right mid-strut collar to provide further stability to the structure that has been constructed by these two astronauts today. All of this a part of the 3B modification kit to the 3B mass canister located to the starboard side of the International Space Station. They constructed 6 struts and a mounting bracket, and that mounting bracket you can see in prime view of Anil Menon's helmet cameras, as we see right here. That is where the future International Space Station rollout solar array will reside. The cabling that he is currently looking to attach and begin routing to will connect that solar array to the station's power systems, and it will provide additional power to support critical station operations, including its safe and controlled deorbit. So a key structural component for the IROSA, built out today by Jessica Meir and Anil Menon.
And this tab is rigid.
Copy M26, 25.5 torque, 4 turns, green light, rigid tab. Drive M25 to torque, expecting 4 to 5 turns.
And that communication between Jessica Meir and Stephanie Wilson, the spacewalk communicator, as she is driving, you can see her pistol grip tool, the space drill, at the far top right-hand side of your screen. That is what she is using to tighten down that right mid-strut collar.
5 turns. I got a green light and a torque of 25.5 again. And with that one, it did loosen the tab. So the tab was rigid, it's no longer rigid.
Copy M25 was 25.5 turns, 25.5 torque, 5 turns, green light. Did loosen the tab a bit. Thank you for the report. We're ready for manual ratchet for M26, driving it to final torque. Expecting 2 pops.
Torque, manual ratchet starting with M20.
So with the drill setting now switched to a ratchet setting of the pistol grip tool, additional maneuvers for Jessica Meir to again continue to tighten down that right mid-strut collar, and there you can kind of see a zoomed out version of that full build that her and Anil Menon would complete today. In front of Anil on the left-hand side, you see the mounting bracket for the IROSA, the upper triangle that it is attached to with the 2 upper struts, and then just off the right-hand corner, if you will, bottom right corner of that upper triangle is the right lower strut, and where Jessica is currently tightening down that mid-collar is the mid-strut, and that is what they built on the right side and left side for today. And you can see in the hands of astronaut Anil Menon the cabling that will be routed here shortly, as the two have been working in tandem today for the modification kit of the 3B mass canister for the eventual installation of an rollout solar array.
Stephanie, I got about a half a turn and 2 pops.
Copy half turn, 2 pops on M26. Verified tab is rigid.
And from the helmet camera view of Jessica Meir with that pistol grip tool, you see the expansiveness of the solar array for the International Space Station up against the horizon of the Earth, as again she continues to work on that right mid-strut collar and its tightening down of the 3B mast canister.
That's a black mark.
That's what I thought. Okay, just double checking.
Just remember, you got to do the MLI first too. So if you do the mid one, we're gonna have to do that MLI.
Copy that.
Incredible view down the solar array right now.
And NASA astronaut Jessica Meir relaying exactly what we were just looking at as well. The look down the space station's solar arrays facing Earth as she continues to tighten down that right mid-strut collar.
Okay, and Stephanie, I'm on M20. I just did M25. Do you want me to go back to M26 and do the manual ratchet again? Or do it again on M25?
We would like the tab side again.
Okay, in work.
Four hours and 26 minutes into today's spacewalk as NASA astronaut Jessica Meir continuing to tighten down that right mid-strut collar. And then you heard communication about MLI. That is a multi-layer insulation, that protective covering that will protect the hardware that the two NASA astronauts have just put together. That provides protection to areas of the station that are exposed to space, both thermal and micrometeoroid.
Now you can drive M25 to final torque, expecting 2 pots.
Okay, we did do that once already, but you want 2 more?
Checking.
We got
30 seconds to a handover. Jessica, we're in a good config. You can stow your PGT, set it to motor, and install the collar pin in the final location.
Work.
And with that communication, that right strut mid collar has been successfully tightened down. And instructions that NASA astronaut Jessica Meir can now put to the side her pistol grip tool as we have an expected loss of signal with the International Space Station, but should be acquiring it here in the next couple of seconds. We bring you back inside Mission Control Center here in Houston, Texas at NASA's Johnson Space Center in the International Space Station Flight Control Room, led by Flight Director Ronak Dave, talking with his team with Stephanie Wilson to his right, the Spacewalk communicator, and Aki Hoshide, the Capcom for today's events. For Stephanie Wilson, that's the voice you have been hearing talking directly to NASA astronauts Jessica Meir and Anil Menon. And for Aki Hoshide, he has been talking to the other remaining 5 members of the Expedition 75 crew. So to recap, that Meir and Menon have constructed all 6 struts and the mounting bracket on the 3B mass canister as part of the modification kit for the International Space Station, and will now begin routing IROSA cabling to help start the beginning of a setup for that future installation of an International Space Station rollout solar array.
Pin is installed on the mid-collar.
Copy, pip pin installed. We have you now working on the right and left side MLI on the mid-strut.
Okay, so EV2 is go to start on the left side MLI.
And that's a
EV1's in work.
And there you can see as we've regained communication and video from the outside of the International Space Station, that Jessica Meir on the left with the red stripes on the back of her portable life support system is working that multi-layer insulation. It was pulled back, so she had access to that collar that she had been tightening up. Now she is since going to unfurl it and cover back up that hardware to, again, protect it from thermal and micrometeoroids. And then she will eventually make her way back over to the left-hand side and unfurl those MLIs, or multi-layer insulation coverings, to protect that portion of today's construction. We have just crossed over the 4-hour and 30-minute mark of U.S. Spacewalk 96, and everything going to plan. In fact, they just made an update that they are a little ahead of schedule now as we continue to check off today's procedure and task list. Anil Menon just off to the right-hand side. You see his feet. He is holding on to the IROSA cabling as Jessica Meir continues to use the multi-layer insulation to wrap up that right mid-strut. And then again, we'll move back over to the left-hand side. She's been covering some ground from right to left and back again, and cover up that left mid-strut as well.
That's affirmative, yes, and fold it over around the collar. And while I have you, PET, 4 hours, 30 minutes, 5 minutes ahead on the timeline, limiting consumable, EV2 MEDOX, 7 hours, 19 minutes.
All right, Jessica, I'm done translating.
Okay, I'm still in place. I'm wrapping this, getting some first wraps on this MLI.
EV1 and EV2, as you work the MLI, you have our concurrence to use the long wire ties as needed.
Definitely just shy of the bolt, but I think I'm going to be able to get it over. I got it over on this side.
Translating. Done translating.
Copy.
Point of view from NASA astronaut Jessica Meir's helmet camera as she continues to wrap up that mid-strut with MLI, or multi-layer insulation, to protect it from the thermal extremes of space as well as any micrometeoroid. And again, she will be working from she is currently working on the right mid-strut. And then we'll also be able to wrap up that left mid-strut as well. And then both her and NASA astronaut Anil Menon will move into the International Space Station rollout solar array cable routing. And that is what we have seen images of Anil Menon holding in his hands, that cable bundle. So as soon as Jessica completes this task, that'll be up next for today's spacewalk, as we are now 4 hours and 35 minutes into U.S. Spacewalk 96. And currently Menon alongside with Meir and their additional 5 crewmates of Expedition 75 are orbiting over the northern portions of Quebec, Canada at 262 miles above Earth.
Oh, hallelujah. Just made it.
And again, another great view from the helmet cam of NASA astronaut Jessica Meir, and she mentioned it earlier, just moments ago, about having a great view looking down the solar arrays towards Earth, as her and NASA astronaut Anil Menon continuing to work the multi-layer insulation wrap around the mid-strut. Meir is currently working on the right side mid-strut, and Menon, just across her field of view, is working on the left-hand side, together in tandem, to cover up that mid-strut and protect it before eventually moving into the rollout solar array cable routing that will be needed once those solar arrays arrive on station. Those will arrive as a part of NASA's SpaceX 35th Commercial Resupply Services mission later this year. It'll be a 2-pack of sorts of the solar arrays. That'll be the 7th and 8th collection. The 7th one will be a part of the 2A power channel, and that EVA most recently was completed back on March 18th, 2026. That was U.S. Spacewalk 94 EVA, extravehicular activity. That was done by Jessica Meir and Chris Williams, completing the work of Nicole Ayers and Ann McLean, who started that modification build for that 2A channel back in May of 2025. But today, these two going the distance from start to finish of the full build out of the structure, 6 total struts and the mounting bracket. They are covering up the collars and insulation for extra security, and we'll prepare again for those IROSA cable routings here momentarily.
How about now?
They still fold outwards. They're not rolling around. I almost feel like I could just cruise over there and collapse them after this, or if you can roll around the corner, you can see it a little bit better. It's kind of.
I'm not sure if this part was supposed to be under. There we go. Getting closer. Okay, are you stationary right now? I'm going to release my DRT so I can move around a little and try to see those.
I am stationary.
I'm translating.
You're translating.
for EV1 and EV2, we are turning your HECAs off from the ground to manage temperatures. We will turn them back on when needed for the HECA scans upcoming.
EV1. All right, what do you think now, Anil?
I think it's fantastic.
Okay. Stephanie, my MLI is complete. I've squished it down in all the areas. I can't see any metal showing, and Anil evaluated from his side that there are no gaps.
And we copy. Right side MLI complete. Nice work. We'll have Anil to continue the left side, and then we'll do the HECA scans.
I'm going to translate. Is that okay?
Go ahead. I'll remain still.
Okay.
Communications with Stephanie Wilson, Spacewalk communicator, up to the crew of NASA astronauts Jessica Meir and Anil Menon during today's spacewalk, that they have turned off their helmet cameras to monitor temperatures. Meanwhile, Jessica replied down that she has completed her MLI multi-layer insulation security around the right mid-strut of today's 3B modification kit against the 3B canister that is going to support the structure that will ultimately hold the 3B IROSA on the mounting bracket. And for Anil Menon, he has since translated. He has gone a little out of view, most likely down to the bottom right-hand side. You can see some commotion, but he is wrapping up the insulation, the multi-layer insulation of the left side strut.
Give me one rotation, and then it's all you.
Okay.
It'll take 5 seconds.
All right, Meir. I just see one more strap to tighten on the further end away from me. I'll do that. I can also do that later.
Okay, go for it.
Okay.
And Jessica, you might be working on this, but before we lost the HECA view, we saw some blousing on the MLI around the collar bolts. So if you're able to, we'd like you to squish that down.
Exactly what I'm working on right now.
Excellent.
Approaching 4 hours and 45 minutes into today's U.S. Spacewalk 96, as NASA astronauts Jessica Meir and Anil Menon continue to wrap up the multi-layer insulation of the right and left mid-struts. Meir has recently completed the right-hand side, and Menon is also operating and securing the left-hand side. We've temporarily lost communications and video from the International Space Station, but that is to be expected with the communications handover between satellites. So we bring you back inside the International Space Station Flight Control Room as Momentum Flight Team, led by Flight Director Ronak Dave, overseeing today's EVA activities. He is being joined on the Flight Director console by Chris Dobbins, who will be up next for the next spacewalk for NASA, and that'll be U.S. Spacewalk 97 for Thursday, August 13th, and that is where Dobbins will oversee 2 astronauts replacing a communication antenna on the International Space Station called the Space-to-Ground Antenna, or you'll hear the term SGANT, Space-to-Ground Antenna, a little smushing of the two. And that is a critical communication system of the space station used by NASA to transmit data, and the antenna enables high-speed communications between Mission Control Center in Houston and the orbiting laboratory.
The one in your hand right now is the one going towards me. Okay. And then there's one that is...
This one right here? Oh.
That's not the tab. It's very close to your index finger on your right hand. So there you go. You got it.
Okay.
Just pull that one down.
This way?
Yes, that way.
Okay.
Now, the other one, unfortunately, is kind of underneath there, so you might have to get it out first.
Like fish it out?
Yeah.
Okay, let me see if I...
But if you squish, with the one that you have right now, if you squish, you might be able to close that gap. That tie that I can see is right there by your... That's it. You see it?
Yeah. Which way does it go?
I think it goes toward you. But that part on top still needs to squish together.
Okay.
So if you can get it, yeah, right there lower, that will work.
Okay. Like that?
Yep. Doing that, you expose a little bit just distal. You see there's another strap that's on my side.
Okay.
Pull that down.
This one?
Yeah, and I think before you do that,
Yeah.
see those flaps? I think they were the same ones I had. They're sticking up on the other side.
Uh-huh.
I think those are
These
supposed to
ones?
go, no, other direction.
Oh.
On the other side, not towards the mounting bracket, towards the mass canister.
Okay. I see.
There's two flaps, and I think they're supposed to go underneath that piece with the tie.
This piece with the tie?
That's the piece with the tie.
Okay.
And just towards the mass canister from there, if you can fold those.
These two?
Yes,
Okay. And they go under here.
I think so. And the other one, too. If you get the other one, it'll close that gap. It's right underneath your right hand.
I see it.
That's it.
Great directions. Okay.
There you go. Now if you wrap that around, I think you'll be closed. That's a good squish there. Now if you can get that tie that's going across the top toward you.
This one?
Yep. Pull that toward you. The other direction. Across the top toward your mini workstation.
Okay. Like that?
Yep. And if you can just do a squish with the corner that's all the way on my side, so the edge, basically the very edges at the end, if you can squish those in, then I think you're good.
Right here?
Yep. Perfect.
Okay. How's that look?
It looks pretty good.
All right.
Yeah. I can see a tiny little gap between those two folds. If you can do one more squish, I think you'll get it with your other hand.
Okay. Moving the other hand in place.
Bring your other hand on the top part there and squish it down.
Like that?
Yeah.
This is like blind MLI.
I know.
I think the NDL training should be with just the blindfold.
Yeah.
Okay. How's that looking?
It looks pretty good, but you're spinning around, so watch your back.
Okay.
So spin back towards the mouse canister with your legs, because your breast is right next to that, the part that sticks out of all those connectors.
I'm going to rotate this way. Is that okay?
Which way?
Feet towards inboard.
A-firm.
Like this.
A-firm.
Okay. I haven't tracking my tether either. Do you see it?
Tether is under move your left foot back. And now it's between your legs. You lift your right foot up and put it behind. There you go. You got it.
Okay. All right. I think we're good.
I think we're good too. Stephanie, I think we're ready for the HECA scan.
We're going to do the cables first.
And actually, nice work, both of you, on the MLI. From here, we would like each of you to work to route the cables on each of your sides, and then we'll come back and get the full HECA scans.
Copy. So it looks like you did this first one, Anil?
Yeah. There's a chance that the next tie, you might have to take out two ties. I study it super hard, but it almost looked like the next tie you need is buried.
I see that. Shouldn't be. I think it's just the way the wire tie is right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're good.
Okay. Good.
So this is not in the right config. Let's see.
Dual camera views from NASA astronauts Jessica Meir and Anil Menon. Meir on the left-hand side, just outside of the right, mid, and lower strut. Working alongside in tandem with Menon on the right-hand side of your screen. And he is working on the left side of the 3B modification kit that has since been constructed by the two NASA astronauts. They have the cabling that they are currently routing through, and this cabling will support the connection of a future IROSA, or International Space Station Rollout Solar Array, that will help provide additional power to support critical station operations. We are 4 hours and 50 minutes into today's spacewalk, US EVA 96, the sixth of the career of Jessica Meir. And again, her view on the left-hand side, and the first spacewalk for NASA astronaut Anil Menon. And you can see his point of view on the right.
I'm translating it now.
Okay, I'll stay still. Tell me when I'm go to move.
I'm going to be in position here working on this wire tie so you can translate as needed.
Okay, I'm translating.
And let me know when I can translate.
Almost there. Okay, go ahead and translate.
To confirm, because I don't remember the other cables looking exactly like this last time. So I have one last loop here, and it reaches to the large handrail, and right in front of that handrail are the two sets of connectors, both mated. So there's two sets of connectors with the wing tabs, both mated together, correct?
Yeah, but defer to ground.
Copy, Jessica. That's a good config.
Copy. I'm going to grab another wire tie, and I'll get it on the long handrail. Yeah, I think this one will work with a short wire tie. I'm going to use a short one if that's okay, Stephanie.
Short is good. Either short or long will work.
Approaching 4 hours and 55 minutes into today's spacewalk. as NASA astronauts Jessica Meir and Anil Menon continuing to route IROSA cabling in and around the 3B canister, around mass canister, that will support the power connections for a future installation of an IROSA, or International Space Station Rollout Solar Array. Jessica Meir can be seen on the left-hand side with those red stripes around her knee as EV1 and current commander of the International Space Station, currently operating in her 6th spacewalk of her NASA career. As for Anil Menon on the right-hand side, it is his very first spacewalk after just arriving on not all that long ago, a little more than 20 days ago, after launching back on July 14th from the Baikonur Cosmodrome as a part of his Soyuz MS-29 team. As for Jessica Meir, she would arrive to station after launching on February 13th as a part of NASA's SpaceX's Crew 12 mission. And as mentioned, the current International Space Station commander, this is her 3rd spacewalk of her current mission, and again, 6th of her overall career.
Okay, that wire tie is in place on the long handrail.
Copy, right side. Cable installed on the long handrail.
How would you like to do the HECO scan, Stephanie?
Checking. Jessica, Hector's on for the scan. As much as possible, verify for the right and the left MLI that everything is closed, snug to the struts, no visible metal through the MLI, and that the mounting bracket upper surface is clear.
Okay, I'm starting on the mass canister side. Hopefully you have a good view. I'm looking directly at the cable, moving around a little bit. I can see it on the long handrail. See good MLI on the side pad. See good MLI all the way up. I don't see any gaps or any metal.
That's NASA astronaut Jessica Meir providing an update on her current status of the IROSA cable routing, as well as the multi-layer insulation that is currently securing around the right mid-strut of today's build-out of the 3B mass canister modification kit.
See that the mounting bracket is clear. Coming back again with the long handrail to give you a view all the way down it. And I can see no side. I see it all covered up. The tiny little gap on the mounting, kind of between the mounting bracket and the mass canister at the distal end, opposite of the bolt side, but I don't see any metal.
Copy all. Checking.
We have now hit the 5-hour mark of today's spacewalk, U.S. Spacewalk 96, with NASA astronauts Jessica Meir and Anil Menon. That is Meir on your left from our vantage point, upside down, with Menon also to her right.
Jessica, thanks for the scan
as the
and
two
for
continue to work
word.
through the IROSA
Once,
cable routing
Anil's
on the
complete
3B
the
mast
cable routing,
canister.
you're doing a nice job. And
Together,
the,
over these past 5 hours, these two have built an entire modification structure to add onto that 3B modification canister.
Get eyes on the last bit that you mentioned that has some blousing, and we'll try to cinch that down. Meanwhile, I can take a glove, hat, and gauntlet check from you.
Like a good plan. My hat is dry. Gloves. Still nominal. Gauntlets are down.
Nominal gloves, dry hat, gauntlets down. 1 minute to a handover.
As we follow along with today's spacewalk, there you can see off into the distance NASA SpaceX's Crew 12 Dragon spacecraft that is just off to the side, as again NASA astronauts Jessica Meir and Anil Menon working on the very edge of the starboard side of the International Space Station, and a great view looking upward into space along the solar array panels as the two astronauts have constructed a modification kit that includes 6 struts and 1 mounting bracket to support the future installation of an International Space Station rollout solar array.
On the
And we welcome you back inside the Space Station Flight Control Room here in Mission Control Houston, as we are experiencing a handover in communication satellites, and we'll bring you back those views from the International Space Station and the cameras on the exterior or the orbiting lab, as well as the helmet cams from each astronaut. Flight Director Ronak Dave overseeing today's Momentum flight team, alongside with Stephanie Wilson to his right, the spacewalk communicator. And Aki Hoshide, today's Capcom, communicating with the other 5 members of the Expedition 75 crew, including NASA astronaut Jack Hathaway, ESA astronaut Sophie Adno, and Roscosmos cosmonauts Andrei Fedyaev, Pyotr Dubrov, and Anna Kikina.
With 3 twists.
confirmed.
While we wait for KU for Anil's HECA scan, Jessica, we would like you to cinch down the 2 adjustables that are on the mounting bracket side that are on the scoop holding the cable. We'd like you to take out the slack.
Copy.
Translating, I'll hold.
Copy.
And this will help keep the cables from hitting the keel pin and staying outside of the rotation envelope. Anil, we're ready for your HECA scan. Similar report as Jessica. Verify in the view, and per your words, MLI closed, snug into the struts, no metal visible through the MLI, mounting bracket, upper surface clear from your side.
Stay firm on all. MLI is snug. I don't see any metal visible. Would you like me to translate down and the HECA across?
And both of those adjustables are fully tightened.
Copy, 2 adjustables tightened. And yes, if you could translate down as well.
I'll stop moving.
Are you doing a slow translate?
Go to translate.
Translating.
And now that gap is closed now that I saw.
Good. I'll take a look at your side just to be sure.
One thing you can do actually, see that the part that's just for the mounting bracket from the bolt, if you could push it up the other side, opposite side, the bolt side.
Here?
Yeah.
Oh, I see this.
Yes.
It needs to tuck or something, doesn't it?
That's closing it right now. Move your hand for a second. Completely closed right now. I would leave it like that.
Okay. Okay.
Does mine look closed from your side as well?
Does. Yeah.
Great.
Houston copies the report and the scans for the HECA for the MLI on both sides. We are doing a quick double check, and then we will send Jessica off to start working on the strut bag.
One.
Two.
I'm going to translate the other direction.
I'm off of the strut. Oh, I see. You're just planning ahead. I see.
Yeah, I wanted to see if I could translate on the strut now, and I can, because you're off it.
We are happy with the config. As a final step, we'll have EV2 double check the MLI near the center pad, and we'll have EV1 start towards the bag cleanup.
Copy and work.
Just going to go double check. It's like when I translated over it, I could have unbunched some of it.
Coming up on 5 minutes and 5 hours and 10 minutes into today's US EVA 96 as NASA astronauts Jessica Meir and Anil Menon receiving instructions for their next tasks. As Anil Menon, labeled EV2, will continue to inspect some of the MLI, the multi-layer installation surrounding the struts, and namely the center pad of the 3B modification kit that has been installed by the 2 astronauts here today. And then for EV1, which is Jessica Meir, she has been assigned to begin the strut bag and cable bag cleanup, as the 2 have had quite the eventful day today, taking a modification kit that consisted of 6 struts and a center mounting bracket building together an upper triangle and then attaching that triangle to the 3B mass canister, and then helping with additional security to a mid strut and lower strut, both on the right and left sides. They would also secure a collar on either side of the mid strut, left and right, and together the two of them would also make sure the MLI, again, multi-layer insulation, would properly wrap all of that hardware that has just recently been added on to that 3B mass canister.
For EV2 MLI check, we'd like you to double check the center pad attached to the mass canister area.
And as Anil Menon is checking that MLI on that center pad, as we see from his helmet camera, we also see the cabling that both he and Jessica Meir would route through this modification kit in preparation for the arrival and eventual installation of an International Space Station rollout solar array that'll provide additional power to support critical space station operations.
I'm over here at the strap bag. So, Stephanie, do I ever go to try to start packing it?
Checking.
We'll take DACA inventory until we go to pack.
And yes, Jessica will take the HECA scan as the inventory, and then you can begin folding.
In work. I'd like me to read it to you. It might be easier than the scan given my body orientation right now.
Checking. We would like to see the APFR tools. So HECA would be great if you can give it to us.
Okay. I can see the APFR collar wrench. There's only one that we had in here. The other APFR tool was in the cable bag. There it is, right in front of my HECA right now. The APFR wrench, not the collar wrench. Sorry, the collar wrench is in the cable bag, and the wrench is right here on a with an adjustable. Other than that, I see two small reps on hook 11. I see a large small connected to a small on hook hotel. And I see two large smalls on hook golf. And I see two large smalls on foxtrot.
Jessica, thank you for the report. That is a good inventory. You can start closing up the bag.
And are you able to see from the HECA there, the mass canister?
And it will take a verbal.
Yes, it is well covered. I can take some photos too.
Anil, thanks for the report. No photos needed. That's a verbal report. That's good. We are ready for you to translate to your green hook to retrieve it from handrail 2026 and then
Go on the green.
en route to the cable bag.
All right, moving to the green hook.
Yes, and sorry, it's handrail 2029. When convenient, I'll take a glove, hap, and gauntlet check from you.
Look good, nominal. Map is dry. Now let's slow down. Hey,
Copy
Jessica,
now.
how do you want me to navigate this? I should actually go. This way, right?
Yeah, you should go toward the way that your green hook is, the other side. unless you're coming to this side to help, but I don't think it. I think I'm going to be able to do it per the plan.
Great.
Five hours and 16 minutes into today's spacewalk, U.S. Spacewalk 96 with NASA astronauts Jessica Meir and Anil Menon. And you just heard communications between those two and the ground here at Mission Control Houston. And NASA's Johnson Space Center is the two working together to start the cleanup process, if you will, of their work site as they have built out a modification kit to the 3B mass canister. A collection of 6 struts, a lower, mid, and upper strut for both the left and right sides, all to support what is going to be an IROSA mounting bracket that will hold an International Space Station rollout solar array. And now that solar array will be installed on a future EVA and will be flown up to the International Space Station along with another pair of solar arrays. Another set of solar arrays for the 2A power channel. So today completes the modification kit necessities for the International Space Station. And the only ones needing that modification with a solar array will be the 2A power channel, which was completed back on March 18th by Jessica Meir alongside NASA astronaut Chris Williams. And then with Meir, you see on your screen right there with the red stripes around her spacesuit, she and now Anil Menon working together to work out this modification kit.
It looks nominal. It is just going to your right side. It's in front of you.
Great.
Super 1 Alpha, obvious, just on the way back. Correct. We didn't really do it at the
As you can see on your screen, both Anil Menon and Jessica Meir working through the cleanup process as they are working to stow the strut bag that carried out the 6 struts and IROSA mounting bracket to today's work site. They brought them out with them when they departed the Quest airlock and officially began their spacewalk today at 7:33 a.m. Central Time, 8:33 a.m. Eastern Time. And now 5 hours and 18 minutes into today's spacewalk, that cleanup process has begun. That strut bag, which carried struts 8 feet long and a full mass of 330 pounds out to the work site, is going to feel a little bit lighter as they clean up, as those 6 struts and mounting brackets have been installed. The multi-layer insulation wrapping up the hardware to protect it from the harsh conditions of space, and then securing all bolts and tethers as necessary in the process. And the two now, again, continuing that cleanup with the strut bag, and they will add it to the cable bag that was also brought out for today's hardware.
On my mini workstation, so I'm going to release the left side so that I can fold that in.
Houston copies.
green hooks up.
Copy, EV2, green hookup.
The bag is somewhat folded, definitely not as beautiful as it was inside, but I'm going to translate over towards the cable bag and see if we can stuff it in like this.
Okay, and I can assist.
Yeah, I think given the timing, that would be perfect. If ground agrees. Okay.
We concur with the plan.
No.
Side down. Just be real directive, and I'll try to keep the bag where you need it.
Okay, I think actually, can you pass me the ret?
There's a ret.
There's a ret right here. It looks like I can take this one.
Okay.
And before placing the strap bag into the cable bag, we'd like to verify in the cable bag PGT torque wrench, wire tie caddy.
Can verify PGT torque wrench. I got eyes on the wire tie caddy.
Excellent, thank you. Proceed.
All right, and now here's what I think we should do. I have the cable, the strap bag is now ready to the cable bag.
Okay.
So I think if you can reach over with your left hand and stand by 1 second, I'm going to get the hook off me. Okay. Reach over with your left hand, grab it, that edge, right down here. Yep, pull that over to you. That's the bottom.
Good.
Stand by. Can you try to smush it down?
Okay.
I have a hand on this side. I think we're in there if we can get the lid over.
This side is popping out a little bit. I think I can fix that. Give me a few seconds.
Oh, okay, now my side's out.
Okay.
Can you see, I'll hold this edge. Can you see this stuff up here? Can you tuck that down?
Now, try.
I got this side. Can we get the lid over? Keep a hand on it.
I'm going to double pinch the tree area, and I'm going for the lid.
I've got a hand on it, and I've got a hand underneath the bag.
Okay.
I'm going to let go because it'll pop out if I do.
Okay, that's good. I'm going to try to close the side without popping it out.
Five hours and 25 minutes now into today's spacewalk as NASA astronauts Jessica Meir and Anil Menon placing the strut bag inside of the cable bag as a part of today's cleanup activities after constructing a modification kit to the 3B canister, mass canister on the far starboard side of the International Space Station today, and that canister, or that modification kit supporting the IROSA mounting bracket.
Very close. You can just keep this
I got the Velcro down on this side.
Nice job. Okay. We'll try to fix this side.
Can you get the front Velcro first? That might help. Wait, hold on, stand by. The hooks have popped out on your side of the 2 hooks.
What 2 hooks?
Right here.
I say we just lock them on to the outside.
Okay, that's fine. They're up. Yep. Also have these wire ties that have the whiff on it that we could use. I'll pull the lid down. The torque wrench is popping out above your right hand.
I see it. Okay. Let's get these hooks down. Hook down. Now the more you can like find some extra.
So actually, look, I think we might be able to get this Velcro if you move that hook. Can you pull that tab or pull here? Squeeze the tab.
That's a limit. I need an assist of somehow.
What if you take the wire tie that's right in front of me and loop it through this tab?
Okay, I'll do that. Great idea.
Continuing to follow along with today's spacewalk, U.S. Spacewalk 96, as NASA astronauts Jessica Meir and Anil Menon continuing to work through their cleanup tasks as they have taken the strut bag that carried out 6 struts and 1 mounting base, 8 foot long, weighing 330 pounds, out to the 3B mast canister to construct a modification kit.
Can you get that other Velcro? No?
No, because pushing it. I think let's get this first.
Okay. What can I do?
Rotate it.
It's pulled way too far over here, I think, for you to reach it now.
Okay.
It'll loop itself.
Yeah.
If you, what if you got that wire tied to the tab? Yep, exactly what I was going to say. That will keep it closed. Just remember, we have the strap that goes over the top.
Wait, can you just keep it stable for 1 sec?
Okay.
And I can finish this and then.
Got it.
EB1 and EB2, nice work working with this bag. We realized it's a lot of work. We'd like EB2 to pause for CO2 data.
Okay, pause. Pausing. Jessica, you can finish that, I think.
Yeah, I think it's done. Can't reach it right now with your head there, but
I mean, it's 1 twist.
Yep.
I think it'll stay. Hey, just put 1 more twist, Stephanie. There we go. All right, pausing.
The only concern is just to look at it, if the torque wrench could come out. Are you there?
I am there. I'm looking at the torque wrench. It honestly feels pretty wedged, but you could. What
we could do is, once we release that rep that's on the handrail, you can stretch it across the top to the. There's a D-ring on the top.
Yeah.
There's also that handle that we use.
This right here?
Yep.
Want me to just give it to you? You've got 3 reps down, right?
Well, the hook's on your side. I can't reach that hook from here. I think if we snug that a little bit. So remember how we had that left strap over the top?
Mm-hmm.
If you can get that left strap back over, or if I can after you move, I will keep the torque wrench in. Which strap was that?
Right here, I'm pointing to it.
Okay, where's it hooked to?
It's up to that loop that the wire tie goes through.
Oh, so is that helping?
No, you can unhook it and get it over the top.
Okay, so the top would be toward you, right there where your left hand is.
All right, I'll just wait until we balance out.
All good. I think that should keep the torque wrench in, and we'll be good.
If you have bandwidth to loosen it, and it'll make it easier for me when I have to admit, but maybe you can't reach it.
Stephanie, and we're kind of holding right here. Would you like me to get started on the APFR relocate while Anil's waiting?
Yes, we are ready for that. 20 seconds to a handover.
APFR is going to 29.
Concur clocking of 6.
Communications with NASA astronaut Jessica Meir with the teams on the ground in Mission Control Houston in the International Space Station Flight Control Room, as we are now experiencing a communications handover between satellites, and we'll return to communications and visuals from the International Space Station here momentarily. We are now 5 hours and 32 minutes into today's spacewalk, US EV-896, which has been successful up until this point, in which both Jessica Meir and Anil Menon have completed the construction of the hardware of a modification kit that has been attached to the 3B mast canister on the far outskirts of the starboard side of the International Space Station, and that mast canister supporting an IROSA mounting bracket that will later hold on to an IROSA itself, an International Space Station rollout solar array, and that will hold that and be unfurled at a later EVA. They have since covered up all the cabling and routed a lot of cabling, the MLI, the multi-layer insulation, protecting all of the new hardware that they have just installed, and now working through their cleanup procedures. They just took the strut bag, which was at the time of the start of the EVA, 8 foot long, and has since been broken down and condensed, so much so that it can be folded into the cable bag. They did a quick inventory of the tools inside of that cable bag and are now making their way to the next steps of their cleanup process, which Jessica Meir just mentioned that she will be a part of the APFR relocation. Well, that is the articulating portable foot restraint that has been used throughout today's spacewalk. And there you see a great view of it as we reestablish communication with the International Space Station, and that functions as a standing plate that the crew members can snap their boots into to lock themselves into place and provide a hands-free, stable position for complex tasks like today, being able to use that foot plate to leverage body position in the construction of that modification kit.
And for EV1, EV2, we're just waiting a couple more minutes for additional data passes.
Copy.
One. I'm at the APFR, and I'm going to got it right on it. Stephanie, I'm going to work on releasing it.
Copy.
So with the relocation of the APFR, Jessica Meir, whose cameras we are seeing live from now, she just disconnected that APFR from the WithX, and again used in today's spacewalk to help extend the worksite space and reach of NASA astronaut Anil Menon, as they were constructing the 6 struts and mounting bracket, for the future IROSA rollout solar array, that is, on the 3B power channel. So right now, after the APFR, again, articulating portable foot restraint relocation, the WIFX worksite interface extender next up on Jessica Meir's task list.
Stephanie, I think this is in hockey, what they call the penalty box.
And copy that. And we are just taking an additional look at your CO2 data. It's looking in a way odd to us, and so we just want to make sure we have good data and we're interpreting it correctly.
No worries. I was just joking, of course. If you need any, like, symptomatology, I feel fine from a medical perspective, doctor.
And we copied. That's good information. Thank you. APFR and WIF 29, clocking of 6. Rest of the settings, Fox, Fox,
APFR.
Fox 12.
Copy. The APFR is in WIF 29, a clocking of 6. I've got a good pull twist test black on black.
Copy, black on black, good pull twist.
Could you give me the rest of those settings again, please?
Yes, absolutely. It's triple foxtrot, Fox, Fox, Fox 12.
Okay.
Break. Warning. PM says CO2 sensor bad.
Copy, EV2, CO2 sensor bad.
All switches towards me. Gauge is the green.
Copy, all switches towards you. And say again, suit pressure reading from the gauge and a half check.
It's in the green, half is dry.
In the green, half dry.
4.2.
Copy, 4.2.
Take a look at your cup checklist while we're doing this, Anil. I can walk you through it.
Yep.
Or I will let ID walk you through it, actually, like we planned.
Yes, and we are checking the steps, and with that, periodically monitor physical condition with the CO2 sensor failed.
Got it. Page 26. And I'll monitor physical conditions, understand it's just a sensor issue.
Good read back and good page 26.
Stephanie, I have the APFR in 12 Fox 12. So it is all set. Good full twist test. Black on black. Would you like me to get the WIFX to expedite getting in or pause here?
Got no water or symptoms.
Copy.
Yes, Jessica, we would like you to pick up the WIFX for the rest of this EVA. For Anil, for EV2, we would like you to retrieve the cable bag. We would like you to translate in towards the airlock. And per the cuff checklist for CO2 sensor bad, continue to monitor your symptoms.
I'm going to pick up that cable bag and I'm going to go indoors.
It's a good readback.
Check the ingress status.
Jessica, additional checks for the APFR. Can you verify ingress aid stowed low profile against the boot plate?
Affirm.
Thank you.
We want EV2 to wait.
5 hours and 42 minutes into today's spacewalk. Communications radioed up from the ground here at NASA's Mission Control Center in the International Space Station Flight Control Room as Jessica Meir and Anil Menon winding down U.S. Spacewalk 96 for Meir, wrapping up the relocation of the articulating portable foot restraint and the WIFX, the worksite interface extender. As for Anil Menon, going over his CO2 gauges, and he will begin making his way back to the Quest airlock. He will bring the cable bag in tow, which recently just had the
pitch knob on that APFR. It seemed to go in nominally when I returned it to the lock position at Foxtrot. It took some extra pressure to get it all the way to lock. It is all the way in lock, but it was a little bit sticky in that very last zone.
And we copy. Thanks for the information.
And again, that communication from NASA astronaut Jessica Meir as she continues to wrap up and clean up today's spacewalk activities, as her and NASA astronaut Anil Menon have completed the build out of a modification kit to the 3B mast canister on the far starboard side of the International Space Station that will support the rollout of an IROSA, an International Space Station rollout solar array.
Jessica, while you're placing the WIFX on your BRT, we have an inspection that we would like you to perform as you are translating inboard. With the bundle of joys that both of you guys had going in, it's possible that the strap bag could have contacted the 1A BGA on the way to the work site. We would like you to inspect the 1A mod kit on your way back inboard.
Copy. On A, so give me the location of that. That's what again? There's the next one over from here. You can see it right now. One day over.
And it's S4, same side as 3 Bravo, and it's the lower struts to the mass canister that we're interested in.
Copy.
And some additional instruction given to astronaut Jessica Meir to take a quick look at the 1A mast canister. And she will translate or transition back towards the Quest airlock and actually move past that 1A mast canister to allow for additional inspection. Meanwhile, her partner in this EVA today, astronaut Anil Menon, is wrapping up his day, bringing the cable bag, which has the strut bag inside, with him and is making his return towards the Quest airlock. We have just crossed over 5 hours and 45 minutes in today's spacewalk.
I'm feeling great. Another day in paradise.
Awesome. That's good to hear. Thank you.
All right, cable bag is up. It's on the DRT, and I'm headed in.
And stand by one.
Copy all?
And now I just want to make sure I can get this WIFX back up. DRT slipped a bit down, so a little bit out of my reach. But if I turn, I might be able to get it. But I'll make sure I can before leave.
Good call. You want me to start coming outboard?
I think I got it. Stand by one.
I've got a good visual on it.
I've got it now.
Okay. Nice job. Your waist tether.
I see it, yeah.
Yep. You can pick it up. Oh, there you go. Doing good, Stephanie. Cap's dry.
Copy dry, hap, and feeling good.
Jessica, you want me to start heading in?
I'm good, yeah. Go for it. Right behind you. Stephanie, I'm going to pick up my green hook.
That's affirmed. We'd like you to pick it up en route, handrail 2042. Plan is still for you to install the WIFX into the port Zeta cart with 2.
Stephanie. I've got my green hook back on my red wheel. Ready to come in.
Copy green hook on red wheel, and a friendly reminder about the inspection of the 1A mass canister.
See, 1A. And so I'm sure that we're clear. The mass canister on the same side as this or the opposite side?
It is on the same side.
Okay, copy.
Doing good, Stephanie. Dry out.
Copy dry, feeling good.
I believe I'm there, Stephanie. This is what I'm looking at, correct? I see two lower struts.
Yes, we're interested in the, the lower side, lower struts left side.
Left lower strut is in place. I don't see anything off nominal.
Copy, yep. Anything obvious? That's what we're looking for.
It looks exactly the same as the right side. I see the cables, see the wire ties. Nothing off nominal.
Copy the report, checking.
Right underneath it now so I can get an even closer look. I have a hand on it that's not moving at all. I can see all the bolts. Pause here right now until you give me a go.
Yes, and we just got the final words. You are go. Thank you for the report and for the verbal. We see you en route to the port CETA cart, WIF 2 for the WIF-X install.
Copy.
Approaching 5 hours and 55 minutes of today's spacewalk outside of the International Space Station, U.S. Spacewalk 96, featuring NASA astronaut and Space Station Commander Jessica Meir and astronaut Anil Menon. You see Menon in the upper center portion of your screen as he is making his way from the work site, the 3B mast canister, which is on the far starboard side of the International Space Station. So those two had quite the journey to get out to the work site today, going all the way to that, again, far end of the starboard portion of the truss structure. They are making their way back to the Quest airlock today after completing their tasks, installing all 6 struts and an IROSA mounting bracket that'll support the installation of an IROSA, the International Space Station Rollout Solar Array, to provide additional power to the orbiting laboratory. So as they continue to make their way towards the Quest airlock, they had Jessica Meir make a quick pit stop over to the 1A mast canister, the next one over from their work site today, just for additional inspections. And now the two of them making their way back home as we close in on what's going to be 6 hours of today's spacewalk.
Big picture, Stephanie, are we going to be going straight back to the airlock with the cable bag?
And that's affirmed. We'd like Anil to head back with the cable bag. We'll have you stow the WIFX on the port CETA cart. We are forgoing the APFR work at ESP2 for today. And after you stow the WIFX, we'll have you perform the slingshot cleanup.
I'm under the starboard cart now. I see our others.
I'm under the port. I'm just clearing it now.
Copy EV1, EV2.
Closing in on a 6-hour EVA, extravehicular activity today. Spacewalk, U.S. Spacewalk 96 for NASA astronauts Jessica Meir and Anil Menon as we follow along their journey from the 3B mast canister that is on the far end of the starboard side of the truss, the International Space Station, the backbone support structure. And there you can see them making their way back down that truss and heading towards the Quest airlock, which is located right in the center of your screen, as we have now officially passed the 6-hour mark of today's spacewalk.
Copy WIF2. WIFX installs with a clocking of 12. Remaining settings, Golf 1.
Golf 1.
Cedar Spur descending.
Copy EV2.
And as mentioned in the center of your view, the Quest airlock, where you can see off in the distance NASA astronaut Anil Menon making his way towards that hatch to head back inside. You also see the cargo spacecraft at the top of your screen, the Northrop Grumman Commercial Resupply Services mission NG-24 cargo spacecraft. And slowly but surely making her way into the field of view off the left is NASA astronaut Jessica Meir joining Menon today on today's spacewalk as EV1, Menon EV2. Meir with the red spacesuit with the stripes.
I've got a clocking of 2. Do you want me to get it back to 12? Already locked in.
Clocking of 2 is good.
Okay, and then what were the other settings?
Other settings, Gulf.
Twist test.
Copy good pull twist. Check locking color black on black. Remaining settings Gulf 1.
Black on black, and I'll set Gulf 1.
The circular handrail, half dry, feeling good.
Copy half dry, feeling good at the circular handrail.
1 copy.
Me to open the thermal cover and start getting the bag in.
That's affirm. You have a go to open the hatch thermal cover.
And that is Anil Menon that has made his way back to the Quest airlock and has opened up the thermal cover. Hot on this trail is Jessica Meir, who just put away the articulating portable foot restraint, as well as the WIFX, 2 tools used to help in today's spacewalk. And once those are secure, she will also continue her journey on to return to the Quest airlock. Just over 6 hours into today's spacewalk.
And Jessica and Stephanie, I'm at the hatch. I've got the airlock waist there. On my right D-ring extender, closed lock, black on black. The small hook is on the airlock D-ring extender, closed lock, black on black. So we have a good load path now.
Copy that.
Houston concurs.
Just to confirm, Stephanie, are you okay if I put the cable bag in there now?
Yes. We are okay with that. That's a good plan.
NASA astronaut Anil Menon continuing his procedures to re-enter the Quest airlock with the cable bag.
Then I will release his.
EV2's anchor hook first.
Oh, copy up.
So you'll release the EV2 anchor hook?
First.
Yes.
I'd like a good load path too, so that's a great idea.
We copy and concur.